right, Ted, the other day I saw a picture of you. You were in a wheelchair. What was that all about?
Oh, I have sciatica every now and then. It flares up, and when it flares up, I can't even talk.
Mike Tyson has just given a shocking update on his fight with Jake Paul, potentially hinting at another health scare. Tyson had an ulcer flare-up previously, so that fight was rescheduled. But he was later back at the gym, determined to prove that, despite the years, he still has the formidable strength that once defined him. Most Valuable Promotions announced earlier this week that Tyson and Paul will attend a press conference on August 18th. They said, "It's on! Jake Paul and Mike Tyson will face off at a press conference on Sunday, August 18th at 2 p.m. ET in an event that will be open to fans in attendance at the inaugural Fanatics Fest NYC located at Javits Center." However, a lot of boxing fans have expressed their outrage over the announcement, saying that the fight shouldn't take place. Moreover, Tyson's latest concerns about his health have added more to this sentiment among fans. Lawrence Oakley is uncertain about the upcoming match. Yet, the current WBC World Bridgerweight Champion firmly believes that the peculiar bout's outcome will heavily depend on Tyson's performance. While Oakley expects 27-year-old Paul to easily overcome his 58-year-old opponent, Tyson's stature in the boxing world has given him pause. Oakley said, "It really depends on how Mike Tyson is at his age. It will be tough. I believe just because any boxer should be able to beat a 58-year-old, so it's tough to call. But Jake Paul is the younger man despite it being Mike Tyson. It's a weird fight. I don't know how serious the fight is, or who would sanction it for a 58-year-old to have a fight, but we're here." After returning to his training regimen, Tyson is determined to be ready for another fight, undeterred by his previous match, a lackluster draw with Roy Jones Jr. in a 2020 exhibition. Tyson Fury confidently predicts that Tyson will obliterate Jake Paul in their upcoming showdown. Named after the legendary Tyson, Fury has full confidence that the former champion can triumph. In a video resurfaced by MMA Read, Fury passionately declared that when Mike Tyson lands a punch, age doesn't matter. He'll still knock anyone out cold. Showing his loyalty, Fury voiced his support for Tyson in his upcoming bout with Paul, stating that being named after the boxing icon leaves him no choice but to stand by him. Fury also noted that Tyson has always been in his corner, so he's wholeheartedly cheering for Mike to win by knockout.
Listen, if Mike Tyson, it's anybody, don't care if he's 90, he's going to knock him out cold, isn't he? It's I am Mike Tyson. Obviously, I have to back Mike Tyson. I'm named after the legend, and I back him. As he always backs me. I'm backing Mike for the knockout. Come on, Mike!
The boxing world has been divided by the fight, with many fearing for Tyson's well-being. But Paul has no qualms about taking on the 58-year-old. After beating Perry, he said, "He's tough as nails. I'm sorry it took so long. Respect to Mike Perry. He's the king of violence. He's the BKFC champion. I hit too hard. He took a lot of damage, and that's a W for me. I expected that, but I did put him down in the first round. He just survived. Mike Tyson, you're next, big boy. Sign the contract." Paul spoke with deep admiration for Mike Tyson, acknowledging his iconic stature in the boxing world, ranking him alongside the legendary Ali as one of the sport's two greatest figures. He expressed the immense honor he felt at the chance to face Tyson in the ring. Yet with unwavering confidence, he declared his ambition to claim Tyson's throne. Paul further added, "It's happening, November 15th. Mike Tyson is training. He's back, looking crazier than ever. I'm going to get another KO and prove everyone wrong once again. Everyone said I was an idiot for taking this fight, that I was risking it, but this is why I'm here. I take big risks." Boxing icon Larry Holmes has shared his thoughts ahead of the highly anticipated clash between Tyson and Paul. Holmes, known for his incredible 75-fight career, where he battled titans such as Ernie Shavers, Ken Norton, and the legendary Muhammad Ali, also faced Tyson in 1988 in a bid for the WBA, WBC, and IBF titles, but was defeated. Speaking with USA Today, Holmes revealed that he is backing his former adversary to come out on top. He said, "I'll bet a quarter on Mike Tyson." In a conversation with Fight Hub TV, Vladimir Klitschko, the former undisputed heavyweight champion, shared his thoughts on the upcoming showdown between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Klitschko described the matchup as remarkable, highlighting the dynamic contrast between Tyson, a seasoned legend, and Paul, a much younger, driven YouTuber who's proven his boxing skills. Klitschko sees this fight as a significant motivator, not only for Tyson, but also for others in his age group, and expressed his eagerness to see how it unfolds.
Right, Mike Tyson at 58 years old. What do you think of this fight?
Well, that's also outstanding as this fight in Riyadh. Mike Tyson at his age is facing a YouTuber that is much younger and hungry and capable of boxing as well. So it's going to be a good example for people that are at Mike's age.
Yeah.
It's also actually a good example for me to keep on punching, so to speak, and hopefully, and I look forward to that match as well.
He was told that many people think Tyson is too old to keep fighting, but Klitschko countered, saying that age is merely a mindset, a mental barrier we place on ourselves. He argued that by mastering the mind, we can conquer any obstacle. Klitschko urged everyone to view age as a mental construct and to keep pushing forward, no matter the years.
How do you think that fight goes? A lot is being made that, you know, Mike Tyson might be too old for Jake Paul. Obviously, like you mentioned, Jake Paul's coming from a YouTube background. Do you think he's too old? Do you think Mike will still get the knockout?
You can only be too old in your mind.
Yeah.
If you control your mind, you control everything in your life.
Wow, that's great advice. And just final one for me, like you said, you know, Mike Tyson still fighting might be a little bit of a lesson to you as well. Is there any potential of a comeback in you know, with a lot of people coming back?
There is no comeback in the sport.
Yeah.
I've been asked about Last Dance.
Anthony Taylor, who once sparred with Jake Paul, is now turning his attention to Iron Mike Tyson. As concerns about Tyson's health grow before their scheduled bout, Taylor is encouraging Tyson to consider stepping back, much like KSI did, to prioritize his health. He said, "Mike Tyson is a lamb to the slaughter. He should follow KSI and save himself a concussion against Jake Paul. Mike Tyson needs to take a leaf out of KSI's book and pull out of his fight against Jake Paul. I've worked with Jake behind the scenes, and trust me, you haven't seen what he's capable of. Tyson is a lamb to a slaughter." He voiced concerns about a potentially dangerous conclusion, observing that Jake Paul has evolved into a legitimate fighter during the 5 years they've known each other. Taylor foresaw Paul capitalizing when Tyson fatigues, pointing out Paul's superior stamina. He compared the scenario to Homer Simpson, biding his time until his opponent is worn out before delivering the decisive blow, stressing that at 58, Tyson's endurance will likely falter. The potential showdown between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul has stirred as much media buzz as any major boxing event in recent memory, even though the match remains hypothetical. The sports community is deeply divided, with some excited by the clash between a legendary icon and a young upstart, while others view it with skepticism. While some worry about the younger fighter's safety against an opponent once deemed the world's most terrifying, others are more concerned for the nearly 58-year-old veteran who hasn't fought professionally in over 20 years and recently faced a medical issue that delayed the fight by 4 months. Paul has conquered every challenger he's faced, save for one, Tommy Fury. His matchups have been meticulously planned, including a mix of experienced fighters and newcomers to the ring. Most recently, Paul secured a dominant 5th-round stoppage against Mike Perry, a former UFC star renowned for his bare-knuckle skills, boosting his record to an impressive 11 victories and just 1 loss. In the interim, Tyson's latest ring appearance was an exhibition against Roy Jones Jr., which took place 2 years prior. Before that, he had been absent from professional boxing for 20 years, with his last official defeat signaling his retirement from the sport. Recently, Alexander Usyk, the current heavyweight champion, offered his perspective to Seconds Out on the forthcoming bout. He regards it more as an entertainment event than a genuine contest, and is not particularly worried about the outcome. Usyk said, listen, it just shows Tyson is a big famous man in all the world. Jake Paul is a young guy who want to box, who want to help young guys, but it's a show. It's a big show. If people want to see a show, okay. For me, I think it's okay." The highly anticipated clash between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul has sparked a whirlwind of excitement in the boxing world. As Iron Mike prepares to step back into the ring this November for his rescheduled bout against the YouTube sensation-turned-boxer, a leading fitness expert from the UK has issued a troubling warning. At 58 years old, Tyson's readiness for this eagerly awaited return is increasingly under scrutiny. When Tyson's ulcer flare-up led to the rescheduling of the fight, fitness expert Dave Hancock shared his worries with OLBG. He warned that, from a medical perspective, the bout could present considerable risks to the boxing icon. He said, "Looking from the outside, Mike Tyson's comeback is purely money-driven. If someone's going to offer you X to do Y, you can make a decision whether to do that or not at any age. So therefore, your incentive is cash." Hancock cautioned Mike Tyson that although the financial incentives might make the risk seem worthwhile, the medical risks could be severe. He pointed out that, given Tyson's age, his reflexes and reaction time have diminished, and he's not as physically conditioned as he once was. He added, "There might be cardiothoracic issues, pulmonary issues, all sorts of issues that you've inherited as you've got older, lifestyle issues. You're not living the same as what you were doing when you were training." Despite the warnings, Hancock, drawing on his background with Chelsea, Leeds, and the England national team, believes Tyson's decision appears to be motivated by financial incentives that proved too alluring to pass up. He added, "But at the end of the day, money talks," going back to the same scenarios about footballers going on end-of-season trips and preseason trips. It's because there are huge amounts of money involved. It's no different for an individual athlete that could get a payday for a one-off bout with a YouTuber. Hancock remarked that a £10 million offer would be hard for anyone to turn down. He pointed out that, given the chance, 99% of people with the right skills would find it nearly impossible to refuse such a lucrative deal. Hancock also observed that personal financial struggles, such as Mike Tyson's past bankruptcy, could make the prospect of a significant payday even more tempting, given his history of financial difficulties. He concluded, then that might lead to something else, and something else. Therefore, all of a sudden, he could be doing something in his 50s and be earning more money than he was in his 20s. Having graced the red carpet and rubbed shoulders with Hollywood's elite in California, Mike Tyson observed Crawford's close victory over Madrimov firsthand. It appears that Tyson has now put some of the uncertainty about the rescheduled date to rest. He's gearing up to return to intense boxing training and will soon launch his fight camp. Tyson attended the thrilling event, witnessing Terence Crawford's spectacular victory over Israel Madrimov. Radiating charisma, Tyson worked the red carpet with ease, striking poses and mingling with a star-studded crowd that included Scottie Pippen and Vince Vaughn. Tyson was perched at ringside next to promoter Eddie Hearn and the sport's rising sensation, Turki Alalshik. In a special conversation with Bloody Elbow, radio host Big Boy, who had recently been in the Heavyweight Stars company, hinted that Tyson could be gearing up for a comeback much sooner than November. Big Boy, whose real name is Kurt Alexander, said of Tyson, "I think he's always ready to fight. He was ready to fight tonight. Hell yeah, I would go watch Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. That's one of the Jake fights I would go to. I love Jake. He was so good with my family. I would never say anything bad about that brother." Reporters from Riyadh's Season were among those who questioned Tyson on the red carpet after his altercation with Paul. However, he kept his cards close to his chest, simply replying, "You're going to have to wait and see. You don't have long to wait." Following the social media star's victory over BKFC fighter Mike Perry in a last-minute bout last month, Tyson declared that this fight would be Jake's wake-up call and emphasized that the clock is ticking. Soon after, Tyson shared a video on social media of himself watching Paul on television. Despite not saying anything in the video, the clip went viral, and he followed it up with a message that read, "Countdown begins. 118 days, 16 weeks and 6 days, 17 weekends, 2,832 hours, 169,920 minutes, 10,195,200 seconds. Clock starts now." In an interview with USA Today last month, Tyson's agent Andrew Ruff said that he will resume training soon. "Everything is on track," he said, in a positive update for the fight. He added, "His doctor over at UCLA, they've been monitoring him really closely. They're super happy with the progress. Everything is kind of full track to get back in there and get working. I've been told that everything is completely on track, and he is on pace to have no limitations at all. His physicians, Dr. Issa in particular, don't believe there'll be any limitations at all." Mike Tyson is revving up with unmatched fervor, preparing to showcase his legendary prowess in jabs, uppercuts, and crosses against the emerging YouTuber-turned-boxer Jake Paul. With the much-anticipated bout on the horizon, excitement is reaching fever pitch, and both contenders are sparring fiercely in the realm of social media. Tyson pounced on the chance presented by a newly discovered video of him performing an awe-inspiring move while blindfolded. The eerie footage rattled Jake Paul, and Tyson seized the opportunity by leveraging a clip of the stunt to deliver a jaw-dropping master punch from his armchair. The unexpected blow struck with the accuracy of a liver shot, intensifying Jake Paul's unease. Tyson's message was unmistakable. He's prepared to show no leniency to anyone bold enough to challenge him. The forthcoming showdown is generating immense excitement, fueled not only by the return of Kid Dynamite, one of the most legendary heavyweight boxers of all time, but also by the dramatic age difference between the competitors. At 58, Tyson will be up against 27-year-old Jake Paul. Formerly a provocative YouTuber, Paul has evolved into a formidable boxer, honing his skills with each match. When Mike Tyson steps into the ring against Jake in November, he'll be contending with a remarkable 30-year age gap. Since the bout was announced, the event has been met with a wave of criticism and serious concern. High-profile voices from the boxing world, including former world champion Anthony Joshua, have expressed their worries about Tyson, who, at 58, will be facing a youthful 27-year-old challenger with limited experience. People's worries regarding the age difference were brought up to Tyson during the press conference, to which he responded brusquely as usual. He said, "I don't see too many people critical about it. Look at this crowd. Tell me who has been critical. Name somebody. Picture me losing to Jake Paul. I don't see it." And in response to Deontay Wilder's voicing his fear over the fight, he told Esquire, "He's not who I am. Then let Mike get hurt. You don't have to worry about paying my bills. Everyone says this makes no sense, but he's how old? He's not who I am. He can't go to Mongolia and have somebody know who the f he is." On the other hand, a fresh training video that appears to be showing Mike Tyson working hard in preparation for his next matchup with Jake Paul has surfaced. At 58, Tyson, once the undisputed heavyweight champion with a stellar record of 50 wins, 6 losses, and 44 knockouts, still showcases astonishing speed. Remarkably, his hand speed eclipses that of renowned world champions such as Devin Haney, Gervonta Davis, and Terrence Crawford. How does a veteran powerhouse like Mike Tyson retain unmatched hand speed that even today's elite athletes struggle to match? Tyson's extraordinary combination of speed and power is a benchmark that many contemporary heavyweight champions can only dream of achieving. Yet, with Tyson approaching his 60s, the prospect of him stepping back into the ring against a formidable puncher like cruiserweight, Jake Paul presents significant risks. Here's a newly leaked training video of Tyson in action.
Jabs leg. Ooh, nice one. Penetration. Sorry.
While traditional boxing fans might dismiss Jake Paul's abilities, his impressive punching power, particularly with his strong right hand, is impossible to ignore. His knack for landing precise knockout punches is clear, as he's proven capable of taking down fighters in both the cruiserweight and heavyweight classes. Despite his advanced age and recent periods of inactivity, Mike Tyson has long battled with endurance and the reliability of his chin throughout his career. This weakness has been notably exposed in his defeats to opponents such as Kevin McBride, Danny Williams, Evander Holyfield, and James "Buster" Douglas. Let's explore how Tyson is currently training to tackle these persistent issues. If Iron Mike Tyson emerges victorious over Jake Paul, it could open doors to a highly profitable matchup, possibly with a retired boxing legend. With many contenders from the YouTube realm on the horizon, Tyson's ring career might be on the brink of exciting new opportunities. Tyson conveyed his enthusiasm for the upcoming bout, eagerly anticipating his clash with Jake Paul. He acknowledged the impressive progress Paul has made as a boxer over the years, and remarked on the compelling contrast between the relentless ambition of a rising star and the seasoned expertise of a boxing legend. Tyson said, "I'm very much looking forward to stepping into the ring with Jake Paul. He's grown significantly as a boxer over the years, so it will be a lot of fun to see what the will and ambition of a kid can do with the experience and aptitude of a GOAT." Jake Paul recently shared his thoughts on the highly anticipated bout, expressing his ambition to topple Iron Mike and looking back on his boxing odyssey. He recalled the moment he gained widespread fame with his knockout of Nate Robinson, which took place on the undercard of a Tyson fight during his second pro match. Fast forward less than 4 years, and Jake is preparing to square off against Tyson himself, driven by the excitement of facing one of boxing's legendary figures. Paul said, "It's time to put Iron Mike to sleep. It's crazy to think that in my second pro fight, I went viral for knocking out Nate Robinson on Mike Tyson's undercard. Now, less than 4 years later, I'm stepping up to face Tyson myself to see if I have what it takes to beat one of boxing's most notorious fighters and biggest icons." Paul shared his grander ambitions extending beyond this bout, with the ultimate goal of becoming a world champion. He views the clash with Tyson as a pivotal opportunity to test himself against one of the most legendary heavyweight champions ever, dubbing it a once-in-a-lifetime showdown. He added, "My sights are set on becoming a world champion, and now I have a chance to prove myself against the greatest heavyweight champion ever, the baddest man on the planet, and the most dangerous boxer of all time. This will be the fight of a lifetime." Lennox Lewis isn't quite done in the ring, as he has his eyes set on the problem child. He said, "I hope that Tyson saves a little bit of Jake Paul for me. Mike Tyson's gonna win. Mike Tyson's not that old. Don't take him too softly. We're 1 year apart." Lewis was well acquainted with the challenge Tyson presented. In what would turn out to be Tyson's final world title bout, Lewis stepped into the ring with him in 2002, defending his heavyweight titles from both the WBC and IBF. After a closely contested first round, Lewis began to dominate, ultimately surpassing Tyson in the 8th round. Tyson's health issues led to a delay in their previously scheduled July fight against Paul. Despite the significant age gap, Lewis respects Tyson, considering Paul to be a genuine competitor. He said, "You can fight somebody like that and do well because the person you're fighting is not a true fighter, and there's 100 things that you've forgotten that he's learning. The age will be a little bit of a determining factor if the fight goes on too long, but if they get close and Mike Tyson comes with his 10-second combination, if one of those punches catches him, he's definitely going to go down." Reactions to the upcoming clash between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul have sparked varied opinions from both boxing insiders and fans alike. While some critics argue that Tyson, now past his prime, might struggle to make a comeback, others confidently predict that the former champion will handle the social media star with ease. In an impromptu interview with Fight Hub, a reporter took the opportunity to ask Manny Pacquiao for his perspective on the Tyson-Paul matchup. Manny's initial reaction was one of astonishment as he wondered aloud if a fight was indeed underway. When the reporter confirmed the news, he promptly asked whether Manny thought Paul stood a chance against Mike Tyson. After a brief moment of contemplation, Pacquiao simply replied that he didn't believe Paul could win.
What do you think of Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson? That fight just got announced. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson.
They're going to fight, huh?
Yeah, they're gonna fight. Do you think Jake Paul can beat Mike Tyson?
I don't think so.
Mike Tyson has begun the countdown to Jake Paul's long-awaited wake-up call. Despite this impressive array of talent, social media reactions to the press event have been tepid. So, why isn't the combined star power of Mike Tyson and Jake Paul capturing the attention of fight fans this time? In the previous leg of the Tyson-Paul press conference, the baddest man on the planet said, "I started Jake off, and I'm going to finish him." For those who might not know, Paul first stepped into the professional ring as part of the undercard for the Mike Tyson vs. Roy Jones Jr. exhibition in 2020. Meanwhile, following his battle with Mike Tyson, Jake Paul has disclosed his bold next move, stating that he has no immediate plans to retire. Though he is scheduled to face Tyson in November, the former YouTuber turned professional boxer from America has his sights set on another significant career advancement. At 27, he's determined to claim gold at the 2028 Olympics. Paul expressed his frustration, saying he's sick and tired of Team USA failing to secure another gold medal for the nation. Speaking on his podcast alongside girlfriend Judah Leardom, Paul said, "I'm going to enter the 2028 Olympics for boxing in Los Angeles. I'm sick and tired of waiting around, waiting for another gold for Team USA." Then asked about his chances of hanging up the gloves soon, he said, "I'm not retiring. I probably just added another couple of years onto my boxing career because of that. I'm just dropping bombs. I'm gonna do it. Why not? You heard it first. Gold medal, you're mine, brother." Make sure to check out some of our other videos on the screen if you enjoyed this one.